so many books. There's been several movies made. I'm sure you guys know that. Great story, and there's so many stories that branch off of it.
General Mitchell was down in Shelbyville, Tennessee. At that point, he had worked back and forth with General Buell to come up with a plan, and it was the Great Locomotive Chase. General Buell wanted to send a minimal amount of soldiers into Georgia because he thought it would be greater success if he sent a smaller group. General Mitchell, meeting with James Andrews, said, well, no, we want to do a larger group because if some of them get captured or separated, we'll still have the manpower to steal the train. And he picked from 3 regiments, 22 men. Andrews, of the same crew, was executed by himself on the day of his arrival in Atlanta. He was hung about 1 mile from the city on New Peachtree Street.
We're so honored to have all of y'all here today. Obviously in a huge event in American history, but it has some couple of ripple effects in terms of artifacts. We would not have any Western and Atlantic trains, locomotives, at all from that period had it not been for this chase.
This is the Texas, built in 1856, and it chased the General. Can you imagine Fuller commandeering the Texas on those rickety tracks and running this backwards at 60 miles an hour at times? If they'd had the time to get wood and water at the stations and had the time to stop to set the proper fires on the bridges and tear up the tracks, it would have succeeded. But Fuller chased the guys consistently.
I feel so fortunate that so many of us were able to be here. Yeah, I mean, there's 30 of us first cousins. Some have passed, but the fact that we've got 10 here from all over the country is amazing. And it's a testament to our fathers and their parents. They were all about family and keeping that history alive and just, you know, remembering those people that came before us, just soaking it in today. It is truly, that's all of this is going to be, is just soaking it in, listening and hearing, because we've only seen it from a distance. We've only read about it, heard about it from a very far distance, and now we're actually here. And I just want to soak this moment in.
And if it hadn't been for William Fuller, the raid would have succeeded. I'm going to go back and rustle these folks up. I got to get them going.
I know you do.
Thank you so much. Deeply appreciate this. Does everybody have their battle buddy?
Philip Gephardt Shadrach, to us known as Uncle Perry. His older sister is Susan Shadrach Marks, who is my great-great-grandmother. So he is my great-great-granduncle.
Tell me your relation to George Wilson.
I am the eldest descendant, being his great-great-granddaughter.
Can you tell me what the last few months have been like for you?
You know, it's been an awakening and knowing of our grandfather, because there was nothing kept in the family, because he died at 36, his son died at 32, and my grandfather, Harry D. Wilson, was only 7 months old. So there was no one to carry on, you know, the information or the history. Plus, our family always, the only thing we knew as kids growing up, that our grandfather was, or that there was a spy in the family, and no one talked about it. So I don't even know if my grandfather, Harry Wilson, even knew the true story about it.
Right up here on your right, the rail line runs through what's called Allatoona Pass. If they hadn't have been chased so close by Fuller at this point, they could have stopped and destroyed the track in that narrow gap, and it would have held up everything from there on.
So we'll wait on everyone to catch up. This is 75 feet of boulder right through here. It took them about 3 months to get through this section.
And you know, the one thing that Andrews and Mitchell didn't expect was, as Mitchell was moving to Stevenson, Bridgeport, and Alabama, the panic that ensued in Chattanooga caused extra train traffic going south. Unscheduled train traffic that Andrews and Mitchell didn't plan on. Yeah. So at Kingston, at Adairsville, they had to lose 30 minutes at Kingston waiting to switch and get through the track. And then at Adairsville, they had to sit for 20 minutes
What has, and it's probably hard to put in words, but what has the last few months meant? You worked years, others worked years. What's it meant?
It's just the culmination of a lot of hard effort and frustration and disappointment. It's like it's all been worth it. It's all been exciting and fun. There are memories and enjoyment and an effort that just can't be replaced. It's unimaginable. And for me to be somehow connected to this and ancestor been a part of this, it's an amazing amazing turn that I wish everybody could have a piece of that and share something like that. And it's just no words.
Oh,